Well, people, when we back at it today, yesterday we had a little breakdown yesterday in which we could not come out and talk about the issue because the issue in which we was talking about from before is so pertinent that we need to come here and do it again because there are several people that we are going to interview amongst the youths. So without further ado, I would like to say good evening to everyone who does tune in to us. Keep on, because this is a growing movement. There is place here for you. This thing must live on beyond me, beyond the co-host. And with that, I go leave him, that is EQ. Co-host.
Pleasant good evening. Library and environments are we're looking to deal with something the youth real serious here now. We're looking to build a power bank, a skilled people. You're certified in whatever skill you need to get on board. This is something serious. We're going to have a grand and annual meeting. You need to attend. I'm inviting all the youths and environments around, and even from my community, to get on board. This is something you need to get on board with. You need to know what's going on.
Because for far too long in our community, we knowing what's going on, we only hearing about what's going on. Because they ain't coming and taking the necessary time to inform you that you have to hear about it and then go and ask a question. But we are telling you that this needs to stop. It needs to stop. So from in the initial stages here, we are inviting each and every one of you to come on board on this initiative. It's something that we have to do because it stems from a problem. This is the corrective measures in which we are taking to bring back our community. It had to come back.
We started with the youths and employment. This is something we had to take serious. We can't just move by guess or have the youths and them wondering where the next bread coming from. You know, it's time for we to put on our foot and be organized as a body of people, as people interested in the youths too. You see, interested in the youth's future and what to do with themselves from now on. These where we have to stand up and deal with. And as I say, we keeping a grand meeting. We need all you to come out with all your certs, whatever all you qualified in, and get on board. You understand? We need to all you and file. We looking to structure something serious here. So when we go in to companies or agencies, we can say we have 20 welders, 5 welder helper, 5 fire watch helpers. You know, we want to structure the right way laborers. Whatever trade you're skilled in and you have your papers, you need to bring it into us to put in the database. So when we go at a company, we go in for everybody, you know. We go in with the whole
Team.
We whole team. We're not leaving out nobody.
Nobody must be left behind. None.
None must be left behind. Let me be real. Because everybody looking for it, you know. And let me be honest. If the youths and them out there looking for it, let me just give them the extra push and just open a pathway for them, you know. Guide them to this now, boy. And this is the right thing. We're doing it the right way. We're not just talking about it. We need for all to come in with all the certs and let me get this thing on board. If it's a laborer, skilled laborer, we're taking it too. We are in every field, all always qualified. We're not discriminating. None. Whatever feeling and the skilling, please, you need to contact us. Workers' rights. You need to get on board. Because here, when we hold this one here, when we hold this contract here, it's everybody at the bread. We're not playing, you know. It's not up there and we don't know you, you know. Come to us. Let us know your employment and you will be going on board.
This is an initiative, a growing initiative throughout the country, throughout the environment, and of course, you know the birthplace is in Library. You understand? But we would have extended this thing straight to all the neighboring villages, to Sobo, to Vesani, to Union, to Vancouver, to Gonzal, to Cochrane, to Paraland, to Point 14, to Palo Seco, you understand, to Erin, all environs. This thing here must be a massive movement. This is a revolution of the youths. They ain't studying all here, or you're fighting. Who you see coming out and say anything? You're seeing one government try to sweep it under the carpet, and the next one saying, that never used to happen underneath we tenure. But we are saying that you, the youths, Oye is not statistics. Oye is not porn. Oye shouldn't be figures that they should hold up in parliament and say, watch, this used to happen in we tenure and in them tenure, that never used to happen. No, it's not statistics. At the end of the day, each and every one of you are human beings. And you deserve a chance, just like them.
Yeah, correct, that's right.
All the chances is not for them at all.
All you deserve a chance to structure yourself as anybody else. To build all yourself as anybody else. Don't give up and don't turn away from opportunities that is coming all the way right now. It's coming. And it's coming bold. All there is to get through. Have to, must get through. You understand? You always shocked in this. We're not leaving out nobody. When the ship start to sail, it's everybody on board.
And this need to be done because, yeah, what I telling you, yeah? For far too long, the elders, I mean, they say respect the elders. But some of the elders, you see, at this point in time, some of them needs to know that, alright, times change. And what would have been the solution back then is not the solution now.
Correct. The elders had the chance already, you know.
Yeah, they had the chance.
They had the chance, reach 60, 65 or whatever. But they need to take a backseat now and yes, this generation try to structure it. Give them a chance, give all a chance. They need to...
And have faith in them too.
Have faith. Everything is this generation, you know. Remember all the time pass. We all they could do is structure it for them. Give them advice. All the pass.
Guidance.
Oh gosh. All they went through in the past in jobs and things. You could structure it and give them a heads up. You understand? Even if then they don't have the qualifications but they have an idea about it. You understand? You can teach. They say teach a fisherman to give a man a fish or teach him to fish and he will be a fisherman to take care of his family. Right? These are what you need to do. Don't fight the youth. You need to come out. You need to support them. Because this is the generation who have to build the country very 65, 55. What you could do to build it again.
Yeah.
What you could do to really produce, to structure we country. You see the young generation? The young generation is the structure of the country. And we need to hold them close. We need to employ them. We need to stand up with them. We need to show them and guide them. This is what we need.
And to say in the least, we ain't trying to push Oye into a corner, you know. We ain't trying to say that the older heads don't have no significance. Because at the end of the day, where an old man can see on the ground, even if the youth climb a tree, he can't see it.
Correct.
So you need to be there to guide them and have faith in this generation.
Yeah.
Because your forefather would have had that same faith in you.
Yeah, in your generation. Be real.
Pass the baton. Guide the youths. Because this is what we need. Not go and have them saying them outside that gate. Madness. It used to happen back then. What? Or you didn't feel now it's time for this thing to stop?
Time to modern for that. Time to modern.
And people eating off your head. I know. No, I have a problem with that. But not in the way in which you're doing it.
That's the wrong way. The wrong concept to have about it. Now here what's going on. It's all about eater food. You see the eater food thing? You can't study that. We have to study to shop and build ourselves. Don't study if I eat in here, me and Kevin get down the road. That's the wrong concept. That's the wrong concept because the man who get down the road might have a bigger family than yours and might be underneath strain more than you. And it might lead down the road to where crime and this is what we're trying to prevent him. There's so many young parents that need a way out. When I tell you young parents, some of them is 20, 21, 22, 23 and they need a solution out. And what all we saying and is doing is trying to put things in place that these young parents and young citizens who are on the streets could seek employment through workers' rights. We database is going to be one of the biggest and the best database. Here what I tell you, once we have a contract, workers' rights have a contract, everybody who in our database will be on board. We're not leaving out no one. It's no disappointment with me. When we go to a company and we have you on file, if we tell you you're inside, brother. It's not no play thing. We ain't coming to laugh and stand on by no gate. When we call it because it done shock you and be inside. When we say come by the gate in the morning for 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, it's because we already have it shocked you. We not going to call you out from home and are you standing up in front of the gate whole day with promises that you might get through or you ain't sure to get through. And when you're done, the day pass and you're still waiting there. What we're talking about is hard shock here. We're doing field work. We're looking to make this happen.
And you see, it had to, you see, before it would have failed, and here what going on. If it had happened before, we would not know used to come here. So much of youths that stand up outside gate and have to turn beggars because there are many of them. Watch who you see most on the streets in San Fernando. But how much of them full of the permanent people who could do something, but not even getting the opportunity to do it. This thing real.
Hey, I know youths with all kind of 8 subjects and cannot be employed. Like they're overqualified for the jobs that are here. The job opportunities in Trinidad and Tobago. If you are alright, you're applying for a job and you're sending your requirements, you're sending all the certs, all the qualification you have 8. You know, they will turn you down because you overqualified. You know why? Because the person who you going up to meet, you're more qualified than he and he feel you might take his job. So automatically you're not going to get a call because you're more qualified than the man that is bringing you on an interview. So it's kind of scary. That's why we telling all the community, all the certs, whatever all the qualified in, and let we get this ball rolling.
And that's the same thing we're saying. You see, we don't inside want to reach and just stop there. The plan that we have for the future is concerning to we must start being producers of these jobs. We must start to be holding the fort so much that we must be able to do contracts in the future. A company must be formed from this movement. So we're not looking at present really. Here we go and we get the jobs. That's just the beginning.
Yeah, that's just the beginning stage.
You understand? We want to reach that point that here we're going on. We producing now. We competing now. And the only way we could do that is together. We can't do that in isolation from one another, you know, because it will continue the way I would continue. That's why the crime rate so high, because one man feel he must eat all the food, and next man feel, well, hey, that man taking my chance, and it has some people is left without a choice. They is left without a choice. So this thing here is really the burden of it. When this thing mature, it must be in all different countries all over the world. We must be drilling rigs. How did I call it, boy? We must have drilling rigs all over the place. We must be drilling for wells. Wells are matter of fact all over the place. There must be captains all over the place. We must have a ship from this going and distributing in several other different countries. This workers' rights movement must not remain confined to Trinidad and Tobago alone, because you the youths go end up taking over this. You the youths are to take this and carry it into different countries. We just turning up the soil. It's all your job here now to take it to the next level. I understand that this thing is not just about me. It's not just about my comrade. We just starting this. It must be able to go forward to a point it cannot stop. It's like if you push a car down a hill, and when it reach to the center of the hill, you can't stop that. It must have a force unstoppable force when it reaches a certain distance. That they're the ones that would have oppressed us for centuries will be left in awe when they see such a thing. We need to change what is taking place in this country. It needs to change.
We need to stay and step up the game on coming to employment and stop taking turn downs. We need to have ourselves organized. You understand? You see the turn downs and the disappointment and somebody saying you're riding on them back or you want to ride. We have to stop that. We dealing with it straight now. Strictly business. All you come on board. Workers' rights standing up for all, no matter what, we going anyway. And stand up for all here. Any violation, we are there. Your boss give you trouble, a co-worker give you trouble. We are there. We will highlight whatever is going on at all here. And all you need to take workers' rights serious. All you need to take us serious. We not playing, we come out here to play. We come out to look for bread for all here. This movement is not no jokey movement. All you need to step it up. The youths and environments are wrong. All you need to come in to our database with all the certs and let me get this thing rolling.
And that is what we're talking about. We must not miss this opportunity. Because here what I was started to tell you. This is our next one again. Them just trying something. But if somebody trying something, you is going to be an active member in what you are in what we are telling you today. It's not that what we are doing is in isolation of you or in isolation of what is taking place here. We need to have this concentrated force and forward it in a direction that it cannot be changed and the powers that be cannot stop it. Because at the end of the day, it failed in the past. That is what we would have told you if it did making sense. And it didn't fail, we would not be doing this. We would not be coming here and trying to spread this message to you, the people, on the ground. You understand what going on here? What's going on? Men outside that gate. Project in the backboard back. And when you go there, you can't yourself sign up. You can't think because you don't where they. There are no system. There ain't no heart, no love, nothing. For you to, they themselves considering that they eating up all the food around and people is being left on the breadline in so doing. I could go deep into this philosophy, because in the Tao Te Ching religion, when one of the ministers would have tell a king that back then, he say, hey, that man so rich that he make the rest of the population poor. And not the man who thiefing from the man supposed to go in jail is the rich man. He say, oh, I don't understand that philosophy. He said, think about it. That man only thiefing because he not who are everything. So the man who are everything, not considering the man that don't have. He considering he could be in a BMW. That is what he consider. He's studying that next year when the next one come out, he could buy that. He's studying that when his shoes bust, he could buy 4 pair. He's studying how much Oman at the end of the day, if he feel to get next Oman in the morning, he have money he could go and pay. Why you mustn't have that kind of freedom like everybody else? Why your chance is being taken away from you without your permission? Why? Why your chance is being taken away from you? You know, when that same man who get all that work, you know he was getting it before. He know he was getting it, but you didn't know that, and you still don't know when you go and stand up outside that gate. You still don't know. That same person, and then when you're done, you're begging and they're abusing you because most of the time we just have to jump in. We just come there and stand up for you because some of them they didn't want to pay all your holiday money. They didn't want to pay all your no overtime. They just cut all your pay just so the phones running off the hooks. We is aware of the situation that is taking place on baseline level. The system that we have in Trinidad and Tobago, it is flawed. And all we are telling you youths is to hold on. The youth that feel that there is no other way, what we are telling you today is to hold on. Trust and believe in not I, in not what I'm saying, but in the truthfulness of the word. Forget me, forget I say it. But trust in the mission. That is what you need to do. And come on board. Let me make this thing unbreakable. As Gandhi said, they could lick up, they could break one twig. But a band of us is not easily broken. And we could only achieve that when everyone come on board. Because yesterday, when we were saying that I and my comrade here, the youth man that come and tell the story that he eat for 3-4 days. A matter of fact, I go tell that story, comrade.
It's a sad thing, unbelievable thing. You see these things that's be going on at a ground level, a level that's so low that sometimes a person embarrassing to really come and tell you, hey, my family now, you know, and I was something, you know, or I will like it, you know, get something for me to do that I could feed my family. And boy, to reach by a gate and get turned down. When that youth man told me that yesterday, it touched me, it really touched me to know well. But it's so serious, this thing going by, so serious. And not just serious, it's embarrassing too. Because you know it is for a man that trying to come out and tell, hey boy, you mean nothing, you know, boy. Me not nothing, I just want to go try me now, boy, for oneself now, boy. People just come with their problems, you know. This movement we are here is every day. You ever telling me it's not no Santa Claus thing and no gimme thing. Why telling all you this workers' rights movement? Phones just be ringing off. You know how much problems we just have to deal with for the day. We can't even deal with our own problem on the day come. From the night before, we don't know we have to do tomorrow. You know. This is a serious thing, you know. And all we telling all is get on board. Let we make this stronger, bigger, and better. It's for all to benefit from it. I have nothing to benefit than to make sure they get through. These weight is about for me. To make sure the youth get through it. And have nothing for me to benefit from it than trying to make sure I reach out there to make sure they get through. Go to the different companies, different contractors. You understand? For bid for contracts that I could get you to with something that all they could get you to. These weight is about it.
Each one help one.
Subcontracts. These weight is about it. It's not about me sitting on top and eating our bread. It's about you eating the same amount as me. Me watching face because I knew it. I knew it all. It's hard. Things wasn't put in place. Structures wasn't put in place for employment to deal with it at this level. We country does be going through. Structures wasn't put in place. People just have to get up day by day to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can't even pay the rent or the bills. They're trying to send to school, there are medical problems, there are educational problems, and they might have to pay for a semester in UE. Or they don't know they have to pay for rent to stay up UE. It's so serious, it's overbearing. It's overbearing. Or you can't just watch it from one point of view. No structure wasn't formed for unemployment in our country. Don't just sit down and rock back and ball the government and doing nothing. You know. Workers' rights standing up for it to do something now.
Yeah.
And all you need to get on board. I'm telling you all you listen. It's bigger and it's better. United we stand, divided we fall. We stronger together, brothers and sisters. The youths of the nation. It's not just we constituency. Every time employment and I can take you from Port of Spain and they get you down here. You are invited with your qualification and your certs. I'm not going to deny you. abroad, how they work. Once you have a certain qualification, whatever field you qualified in, you are on board.
And this thing here is not just about red, yellow, green. This thing here is about people. Because you see, we didn't tell you about no party. We tell you about a movement which consists not just of no party. It consists of the people. So this thing here is not a movement, a party, but a movement of people. We coming on board and finally take the position that we ought to take and navigate the ship in where we want it to place. It's like we saying that we will rebuild our country from the ashes away at these politicians. That is what we telling you here. We ain't saying that come here and join no party. Let us do it together as brothers. Because I'll go say and talk about this. There was a certain particular psalm when the people of Israel was led away captive in Babylon, and the Babylonian guards and them started tell them, hey, sing a song for we. And he turned around and the children of Israel would have turned around and say, how can we sing a song in this strange land, boy? Our houses and our land are desolate. We sorrowful, how can we sing? And what we are offering here through this movement is not a bed of roses. It's about picking up the sword and standing up and fighting to change this system. Because it will take blood, it will take sweat, and it will take tears and commitment. If you want to fail, move out of Trinidad. I believe that the people here, the true blood, people who born in Trinidad, they don't want to see it sink. We didn't want to see this thing sink. So stand up. All youths from across Trinidad and Tobago. Have hope in your heart. Don't give up. Put your hand in something that makes sense. Let me start to open up branches all over Trinidad and Tobago. I must call and say, hey, Workers' Rights Central, Workers' Rights North, Workers' Rights East, Workers' Rights Tobago. That is what we must have to call and say. And when we meet in, it's nothing less than 10,000 people. That is the kind of movement that we must have to put fear in the people that ought to do something. And let we come together and take back our country. That when shit go down, we could go outside the parliament, 15,000 away, and say we not taking that, and no police can stop we. No army can stop we, because they go army man in the ranks. It's time that Trinidad and Tobago should see such a movement and to start to shake up the place in a way that we, the people, will start to benefit. Every 5 years we have a choice to choose who we want to represent we, but not what we want. We don't have a choice really and truly, because we still have to beg them to listen to we, and it's up to them to bring it up in the parliament. And we are saying today to you that this thing have to stop today. It had to stop. I know we go on and we preaching because we want to sink in. And we urge you, call the number. Let we change Trinidad and Tobago. That is what we need to do.
Many of you all, you are going to be lost with history. History have a lot to do with it. With the generations we pass from the 70s and on. If all are familiar with the 1970s Black Revolution, all you need to do history and see what go on with we country. Politicians to beat it and we all.
Yeah.
All I need to go back to the 70s revolution, do all the history. Get books, start reading, and see where people was fighting for in we country, boy. We was fighting for, where corruption start from the head. All I need to wear books and go back in history, boy. It's a sad thing, a sad thing when you don't understand what's going on. I just listen to people venting and talking about this government and that. Hey, go back in history and see where it started, boy. From the 70s, boy. With Eric. Mr. Eric Williams, I want to go back and see where it started with. Carl Hudson, Philip and these fellas. I want to go back in. Before these fellas reach where they reach. Dog, it's all about eating food from on top there to him. It's not the man on the bottom floor you have to watch, you know. It start the fish rotting from the head.
Mm-hmm.
The fish rotting from the head, understand me? It start from on top, boy. And the so corrupt on top that anything coming down to reach the bottom floor, it poisonous too. All they do is China, boy, on the Black Revolution in the 1970s. Start with Mr. Williams. I want to do that, you know. And all you call in, vent, voice all your opinion when all you find out about the history. Don't vent and talk about all you hearing in today politics. Go from way back. Lift it up. You see them old matter thing that are hiding politics from all you? All you need to start from the 70s with Williams. Because I just do history with Granger and all of them. UE students marching. The oil boom. Well, you know what's going on in this country, boy? They're beating with our broad belt. They put on our glasses and we like we blind. It's our bread here, boy. For everybody, boy. It's not supposed to know. It's not even supposed to have people on the streets, boy, homeless, boy. It's enough here to see about everybody. But you know what? Some people naturally don't care about some people. And you know what I want to talk about too? You see the working class? We holding up the country. All you wake up now, boy. Get involved in workers' rights. You see the working class that holding up the country? But it's all you holding up, you know. All you holding up the central bank and holding up the country. Where feel we getting on so far? And structuring moves for more employment. Because just now somehow they have to retire. And we need to get the youth involved and put them in skills to replace all in. When only reach 75 and 65 and only retire, don't have somebody with all his skills. Where we going? Where we going? We spending top and money to bring back all the right then to do that work for 10 years again. Eh? It's wrong. It's wrong. When you reach retirement, we need to keep replacing and reshuffling. This is only so we can structure ourselves to build our country. We need to get the youths off our crime. You see crime? I don't want to see crime. You know? I want to look crime in the face and I violate crime. You know? We need to stop crime and we need to stop it with the youths. We need to structure programs that we can get them involved by working, knowing about occupying themselves, that they have a job, that they should have a salary weekly, fortnightly or monthly. We need to structure it from now because we're going downhill all year. They're using we children to fight the wars. It's we children they're using to fight the wars. Watch how much youths you see dying. Watch how much youths you see in charge of murder today. How many moms crying? How many brothers and sisters crying? Or aunts and uncles, grandmothers? When they have to go by the prison and sit down to wait to visit their grandson. This not right, all you. Don't criticize them, don't condemn them. But if we look to fix it now, we can change this. This is something we have to change. We have to structure it from now.
Well, now you see what's going on and now you're understanding what's taking place. They're using this. You see, you would have seen Patrick Manning with a talk before he died about Mr. Big Boy. The people that what you seeing youths getting here are 15 and thing, and when they check the bank account, no money.
No money, I gone for 30,000. 20,000.
40s. Them here around them is all kind of 80 and thing.
And them imported. It's not Venezuela again, them here from. These things coming and we port. Port has been port in containers, break down in barrels, in stove, in microwave, in parts, and when they come here and build it up. And it's on we streets. To kill who? A mother, a daughter, a son, a uncle, a grandmother. Hey, we need to say no to violence. We need to shock the height and stop violence. We need to deal it and abuse. Gender violence, we need to stand up. We need to fix the country, boy.
And now you're seeing that the politicians not doing it.
It started we, boy.
They ain't doing it at all.
You know what they're doing?
The activists and them not doing it neither.
You want me show you what's going on in my country? And I noticed this about a few years now. I don't want to give a number of years, but here what is going on in my country. A man is wanted by the police, right? They pour out a DOA and then dead or alive, right? Now they're not bringing in this person to justice. Why? Sometimes I just feel like dark secrets to the government, or some politician that has some kind of secrets for. The police go out there and kill this person. Who might we kill about 5 people? That can answer for you killing that one person. For kill about 5 people. No, you need to bring them to justice. They need to face justice sometime. You understand? Don't just go out there because you use the authority, you use the law. It's wrong. Sometimes I just feel uncomfortable to know you wanted this man. When they watch you manslate, you wanted for murders in this area, you wanted for shooting in this area, you wanted for robberies in this area, and it goes on, and you go out there, you get a chance to catch this man. Even if you see him with a gun, you don't have to kill him. The only thing that man have to do is try to turn and put that gun on himself and kill himself. The opportunities for you to bring him in alive and do the correct procedures that you could prosecute as the police. Just bring him in and dump him in the station, and when the court did come, but the trial start. Hey, I tell you, we country backward, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how backward we country is. I go and give you a piece of history, and I want to take me and say, you know, I want to tell all this the truth, the plain truth. Listen what I tell you all here. First we country back job. Government go, government come. I'm not blaming none, but I'm blaming the structure and crime. Well, they have it all wrong. Now, we are going on with the police. Police officers are not criticizing all they need. But this is something all they have to take on to. Listen what I say this evening. All they will lock up an individual for a crime. He will serve the magistrate court. You will send him in prison for 28 days to come back down. What you do in that 28 days? You put your documents together for the prosecution to prosecute. He will go to court for a year. 12 times for the year. What you do for the year? And he case ain't start yet. 28 days is failure. All you need to move. You see that clause we had at 28 days, all you need to move that. The police need to get more active in the case. 7 days, 14 days, and 21 days to court. That 28 days not making sense. When you charge a man, it's 12 times a year you become to court. All you need to watch all this structure, this thing, you know. The police getting too much time to play. If the man stay in jail 5 years and the magistrate decide to start this case, the police not even ready in that 5 years. The police not even ready in that 5 years. You know the magistrate going to say? Recommend and discharge. Where you keep this man 5 years in jail for? He served a sentence, a flat 5-year sentence, which he wasn't even committed for the crime. And the police was never ready, not coming to court. He never did what the magistrate asked him. He never served a summons to the complainant. And his lies and his bob oil and his keep spending top in mud with taxpayers' money. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago, wake up now, boy. Wake up, please. We need to face situations that hitting. We had either blindfold, we know. The things that going on in the government, the judiciary, boy, it's a backlog, it's a shame. All I want to tell all you something. Since the pandemic, these were telling all you, listen, man. indictments. People over 10, 15, 18 years haven't been served an indictment to address the court for a trial. It's embarrassing, and then it's taxpayers' money. It's taxpayers' money. It's embarrassing. We need to fix the country. We need to fix it. Crime and the whole is a squash. It's a shame and embarrassment. And all we asking and workers' rights is just to get the youth together, you know. Well, they join us, you know. We a family, you know. We go call it the farm for short. Well, they have to understand, you know. We're trying to stop crime. Anyhow we take it, we going down that road. I'm not criticizing the government. Government, who and come, they're not structuring, they're not dealing with crime, and crime starts with dealing with the youth. If it's structure the youth, and they build a structure and a foundation, you feel anybody can mislead them.
Yeah.
But if today or tomorrow out on the street corner, somebody go give them a bag with wheel, a bag of crack cocaine, a gun, a high-power rifle, send them out there to kill somebody, take a murder war. There's works going on in this country. 20, 30,000, 10,000 to kill a human. Might be less, but they understand what's going on, you know. We need to structure the youth. These were workers' rights is about, you know. Well, they get on board, you know. Get on board and let we structure it. These what it is about. So just sit down in all your house and criticize. We need the strength now, because the future is with children, you know. The young ones, you know. All me and you going and feel that way just now, you know. And to leave it, all of we fight for it. We going and leave it in them hands, and if we don't set it up in the right way, brother and sister, we going in a pit of abyss, you know, a crime, you know. All of us, you know, going on, you know. There's missing people, you find them people dead all about, no answers.
Bodies
all about.
Bodies in bag, the crime different now, you know.
It could be your sister, boy. Look, I see that I had a friend, and you know what they're telling me? They find she dead somewhere in Komoto, Vicky Ali, boy. That was my close friend, and watch. When I hear Vic dead, this morning they find she somewhere in Komoto. I don't know what is the cause of that. I don't want to mislead the program with the cause of that, but when I hear they find Vicky dead, it was touching for me. And in she community, they find she dead. She from that same said Komoto community. You understand? It's embarrassing. All we stop the crime and violence. We stop the gender violence. We deal with the schools. We structure the right way. We put this together. It starts from the schools all here. Don't watch it nowhere else. If we structure them from the schools and hold it together, we can have a brighter Trinidad and Tobago. A future for Trinidad and Tobago. Join the workers' rights. Come on board. This way it is about structure and the youths.
Don't let me wait till it come outside of the bag to try to grab to save it back when it done long gone already. You see, if you don't mold the plant into what you want it in from young, when it reaches a certain point that somehow I don't care. I know some people don't care again, you know? Because at the end of the day, when you see somebody dead on the ground, you say that was a pest. But what lead that person, what lead them to a life of crime, and that is what we're not addressing.
Negligence.
It's a shame to say that some of the time people in jail and so much years they spend in there.
Never.
And at the end of the day, right now people getting smart, they want to eat the government, you know.
Yeah.
The 5 years the case in called the swing the state.
I don't understand that. You have to understand it, but we're not fighting on the government. We're not fighting police officers. We're riding it all there. But if the government against all its workers' rights coming to make a scene for them, coast guards, nurses, teachers, anybody underneath government employment, even the small man on the ground who getting abused might be in a security firm or you own home business, we will highlight and stand for you all. These ways workers' rights is about them. Standing to structure a new Trinidad and Tobago. It's a new Trinidad and Tobago where you forget the violence and crime, where you put down the gun and structure it back now, bring back the old time days now, boy. We could have sit down on a corner, we could have passed on the streets with your kids riding bikes, You could go in the park, you do all them things again. You had to frighten to send your children out, you know. You had to keep them home, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're on social media and it mislead them. Sometimes you girl children on social media and meet a stranger and get called out there you don't know. It's frightening. And we need our community activities again. We need to bring back that love. We need to structure it all over again.
And people, somehow get hard because of what is taking place in Trinidad. There was a time that I turned my back to. But the problem is that, what's going on? I had 2 children. And I ain't going to stay young and strong forever. You understand? In the event that I close my eye, I want to know that they're safe. And not only them, I want to know that the nieces and nephews, the cousins, safe too. And by extension, Trinidad and Tobago. And the reason why I start there is because most of us, or you know what it is to father a child, to mother a child. Sometimes the child doing things wrong and we still stand up for them. That is how the thing is, isn't it? That is how much love a parent does give a child some of the time, you know. Sometimes as a parent, you know the child do wrong. But you don't yourself want to believe it. And you know what it is. To know that you're leaving them to wolves. Then we change Trinidad and Tobago. You talk about they go try to bamboozle you with RMU status and thing. Workers' rights is a movement first and a union after. So what we are saying is join the movement. Be a part of this. We don't want to stay too long because we don't go over the point already. You know? We don't go over already. Join the movement. Be a part of this. It's $25 to join. $10 a month. Let this thing ricochet throughout Trinidad and Tobago. And let me build a financial system too. In which we could step in and start to do things in a different way. People tune in tomorrow for the next show. I don't want to go in because it doesn't go in my pause already. My name is Renison Jeffrey and this is the Workers' Rights Platform.
866 Workers' Rights.
And with that we out.